Then it defines what kutta is. Kutta is the meat prepared by Muslim traditions.
Right. Okay. So let me just quickly go back to that, and then you can bring in the jhatka thing, Tommy. Yeah. Now. So when you cut the throat up to the spinal cord, and what you're doing is that you're allowing the brain to still send signals down the spinal cord to allow the heart to keep pumping, which obviously we know how the meat is apparently clean. But people don't look at is that how much suffering is the animal going through, because all your pain sensories, all your nerve endings are all still intact throughout your body, because that's where the spinal cord is. The animal has gone through untold immense amount of torture. Now, what happens is that animal has now stored all that cortisol. Or when you're in torture and pain, science proven, you have release of cortisol. The cortisol goes into your tissues, and not just via blood, but it settles in there. No matter how much blood you drain out, the animal has gone through untold pain. Now, if we go eat that animal, that's causing us stress. That's causing us depression or anger. Now, for that reason, I believe that is forbidden. Now,
okay, see, to understand.
Now in Sikhi, just the last point, Tommy, and you can tell me about the jhatka thing, yeah? In Sikhi, sorry guys, a bit of a bad throw as well. In Sikhi, it's if you do slaughter an animal, it's got the qurban's got to come from behind, right? Correct me in a second, please, brother, correct me in a second, yeah? Right. The halal is absolutely forbidden.
Yes, but see, to understand this, right? So, what you're saying, I'm not saying that this is a bad practice, but the reason Sikhs don't eat anything else. If let's say if you have to eat meat which has been slaughtered from the spine down, right? That way, the meat in the West is not okay for you, because in the West it's mandatory. You have to slit the throat, right? And the blood has to drain that way. Blood has to be drained first. This is how the meat is prepared in the West, right?
Yeah, Tony, this is what I wanted to go back to earlier. This is what
yes. But let me just conclude, because Sikhs are confused about this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The reason
so Tony, make it clear that any non-halal meat
you're about
the same way.
Wait. Just let me finish this in 30 seconds. So first of all, in Sikh Maryada, it says really it's the Muslim meat which you don't have to eat. It's not about how you cut it. It's the Muslim meat, which means the kalma is most important. Why? Because back in time, in history, it was used as the tool of conversion. It has nothing to do with anything else but the tool of conversion.
And I can give my view on this too.
I don't agree that it's just that. I think animal suffering comes into it, brother.
Animal suffering is part of it.
Animal suffering under it.
Listen.
That's the manifestation of your own brain.
Yeah.
Which is fair, which we can be used. We can say, okay, humane, this and that. But for a Sikh, that's not the reason.
Yeah, the kill is a kill, no matter how. For us,
for the Sikhs that eat meat in the UK, and they predominantly look for non-halal or non-kosher meat, you should understand that that meat is also slaughtered in the same way. They take it.
But there is no problem with kosher. There is no problem with kosher. It's a misconception.
Okay. But
here is the deal. In Sikhi,
slaughter method, because our method is the same as kosher.
No, but the way they implemented, they used to force people to convert them. It was used as a tool of conversion.
And another thing, Sikhi never prescribe a message. Listen me, this chatka word come much later when Sakas like Devi Pujaks come. Initially, Sikhi talk about what kind of processed meat we shouldn't eat. It never tell what kind. So basically, we eat khulla meat. Kind of, so anti-thing association with the slaughtering of an animal which have some superstitious where there is a qurbani or bali or sacrifice element. We don't eat that to show our protest against that process of kalma or mantra, because we consider it as anti-God practice. These practices are, for as a Sikh theology, are anti-God, because in us we believe khana pina sab pavit hai. Everything born out of God or created by God, what word you want to use, is already.
Come back to you. I don't know your name, but we're going to kind of go back to you. But I just want to say, yeah, I agree. One of the biggest things the reason we're not allowed to eat this meat is because it's like superstitious or some kind of
Yeah.
Ji,
And in God.
this is your
And
personal opinion.
my
What
name is
he's telling
Guryad,
you
and let me
is
tell you how it
directly
is.
from Gurbani.
And what's the argument? Argument is when you say this organically or naturally food is haram, so basically you are saying that God made a error. So
No,
God
no, no. But
created
brother, let me
things.
ask you a question then.
Listen to me.
What
Let me
about
finish
chewing
first.
tobacco? What about chewing tobacco?
No, tobacco is the most carcinogenic food. So it is bad for health.
It is an
Meat,
intoxicant. It's an
yeah,
intoxicant, isn't it? So anything
intoxicant, but
intoxicates,
more
it
than
intoxicates you. It's not
intoxicant
good.
plus is a carcinogenic. Like go to
Yeah,
any
plus
medical
it alters your
study.
natural state of
No,
mind.
no. One second.
Anything
One
that
second.
sticks.
No,
Now,
it's
now
not
let me
just
find out
medic.
one
Oh,
answer.
natural
One second.
state we have other instructions, but this is not only about intoxicant. It's also about the it's carcinogenic food.
No, but so is swine. Swine can cause cancer.
No, swine if you kill proper. Oh, I mean kill and cook properly. No, it don't.
No, no. Even if you cook it properly,
Any
scientific
meat can
studies
cause
show.
Any
No, no,
meat
no.
can do that.
any meat can cause
Careful,
cancer
that's not the
depending on how you
case.
cook
That's
it,
not the
right?
case.
Yeah.
No, no. It's nothing to
Pork
do
is
with the way
completely
you cook
fine.
it. It's
Pork is completely fine today. It's actually classed as one of the safest and best things you can eat today. For
Yeah.
no. Okay,
diabetic
let me show you the
patients,
study. Let me show you
for
the study.
diabetic patients, it's really really
Is
good.
it peer
It
reviewed?
doesn't give you
If it's
stomach
a
spines.
peer reviewed established study, why the FDI and other organizations didn't ban it? If it's
ਜੋ
approved,
ਭਾਜੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਚਾਨਣਾ ਪਾਇਓ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੀਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ
huh?
ਜੇ ਸਭ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਖੁਦਾਈ ਕਹਿ
हाँ,
दूं क्या
ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ
वो
ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ. That Shabad is actually against the mullah. So according to we don't believe in it that the souls never die, but in Islam they say the soul never die. So Kabir Sahib basically
Guys, I just want to say one thing before we go back to you. So with the pork thing, what I've heard is it's the processed pork that is the risk. You know,
No,
that is
no,
more.
that's not true. Let me show you. Look,
Put a one and come up.
this actually came out yesterday.
Put a one in the chat if you want to come up and talk to the bull. You know what I mean? Come
So
to the
now scientists are demanding that cancer warnings are
Talk to
put
the
on
bull.
bacon.
You know what I mean?
This
and
is one
salted
study,
meat.
man. This is one study. I can give you other studies as well where it says it's the best thing you can eat.
All right.
Among veg and
Adnan,
meat,
Sue,
everything.
whatever your name is, I just sent you an invite. Let's get it, man.
Okay, but that's processed. Bacon is processed meat.
No, G. You have to look at the meat on a grand scale.
Camera
Then
on
you
or not?
understand. Then you understand what he's talking about. But see, what we are doing is
You put your camera on? Put your camera on.
we
Talk
are
to me
talking
face to
about too
face.
many.
No. Straight ahead, yellow. Let's go. Let's go.
Bro,
hey,
I literally asked
Does
anybody.
the Bible
Can you mute him,
allow
please?
child
We have a ton of
slavery?
Muslims.
Yes or no?
Bro, we have a ton of Muslims in the
Child
lobby.
slavery allowed in the Bible.
Gee, remove him, man. I don't know what he's doing.
yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm trying to
So
remove it. Yeah, remove it.
I need to clear one more thing. Chatka, if you use mean with the one stroke, that's another thing. But the chatka as a tradition, Sikh also don't do chatka. That because chatka is a Hindu Kshatriya tradition, they sacrifice the goat to the goddess. So when they sacrifice, so it's before Sikhi. So this chatka tradition, Sikhi in initial text documents, nowhere is a chatka mentioned. It comes like a 200 years ago. So chatka is also Hindu tradition. For us, it doesn't matter how you slaughter the process and the religious element. That's what matters. If it involve religious element, the ritual, superstitious, or anything to do with the divine, and there is a message that otherwise is saying. Let me finish it.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I've heard that stunning is the most painless method. So stunning is better than chatka. I heard.
Yeah, but see,
that's yeah, and we have no problem with stunning.
yeah, G, that's where we are basically choosing the best way we can eat as human beings,
Yeah.
right? But when we talk about for the Sikhs, the main reason is you have the halal was basically forced to people during the time of sixth Guru Hargobind Sahib. What they used to ban horse riding. They used to ban nobody can have a weapon on them. Nobody can have a turban on them, right? Nobody can slaughter their own animal. The Guru Hargobind Sahib said, my Sikh is going to do all of this. He's going to do horse riding. He made it compulsory. He said, okay, you're going to have, he had 2 kirpans. He said, my Sikh will have a weapon on him, right? Kirpan. Then he said, he made the star mandatory for Sikhs as well. Then he said, okay, you're not going to eat halal from now on, right? We are going to do our own. So chatka was okay, which was anti-halal. It became famous. But for us, for a Muslim, for example, yeah, if you do everything right but you don't recite the kalma, it's not halal for them. Am I right, Capo?
Yeah, if you don't, yeah,
Exactly.
that's not.
So as a Sikh, we can eat that as long as kalma is not there. Doesn't matter if you slice it slowly or through the jugular vein, right?
No, but Tony, you've got a different point of view than the brother on top of me.
I'm just telling you the Sikh point of view.
He's saying anything that is associated to any religion is banned, and you're saying it's just halal.
You have to ask for the source, and they can't provide you.
Tommy, can I quickly ask you, Sikhs, like, in your opinion, because obviously, look, like, I'm not trying to learn about this topic here, and sort of change my mindset because I eat meat. Right, I used to eat halal. I used to actually know. I know. I'm going to correct myself. I used to eat halal, but sometimes I go out. I'm trying to stop. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to stop halal. Yeah, because it's just so difficult. It's like everywhere. You know how it is, Capo. You know, it's everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm trying to stop. I'm like the more I learn about it, and one day, God willing, like I will stop. Yeah. However, question to you, Tony, is that
do you live in the UK, bro? Do you live in the UK?
Yeah, London, bro.
London, okay. So best thing you can do is, if you want to stop halal completely, buy from Morrison's and do not eat it outside at takeaways or restaurant. That's it.
I know. But just like you, bro, make it there, bro. But hardly bar nahi khande. Yeah, hardly. When I do is that once in a while with the boys, here and there you go, just salt all this, that, whatever, right? I hate the place. Anyways. What I was trying to say to you is that I buy it from the butchers, bring it home, we cook it up, everything, yeah? But obviously Punjabi butchers, yeah? I go in there.
No. There are videos all over the internet.
I know, but dekha salt
So Punjabi butchers, they're buying from halal slaughter.
Bro, I used to go to that quality one, they're singing I used to go there, right? And you're the banda nahi utte gaya, jera banda gaya si utte Mr. AK. Yeah? Right, bro, stuck it on him, innit? But the point I'm just trying to say is that I'm trying, innit? But it's you know what I mean? It's one day, innit? But yeah, in your opinion, can we eat meat then?
Yeah, we definitely can eat meat.
The Sikhs are the most confused people on the planet, I'll tell you. So there are misconceptions like you can't eat this, that.
So what do we do about all these people that just, all these other Sikhs that judge us for eating meat? Meat can't use
misguided.
No, like join our
I personally eat beef.
Okay, so
hang on.
let me add one
Tony,
more thing. Okay.
Let me just ask this guy. Can we eat the halal meat? Can we eat the halal meat where it's done with the throat thing?
Oh, bro, as long as they haven't recited the kalma, you can eat it. If the kalma was recited, you can't.
Yeah. And another thing, one more thing.
It's got nothing to do with the slaughter method, because the slaughter method itself is not mentioned within your scripture. It just mentions the meat that is prohibited within your scripture.
Within the scriptures, they have condemned the practice of halal. The Shabad I already said.
Yeah.
It says.
Kaho halal ka kiya jo. Yeah. It's basically.
Concept of qurbani. You cannot sacrifice something which doesn't belong to you.
No, and no, it's more than that. It's a sarcasm. Is on a Islamic way, because in Islam they said the soul never die, and Kabir Sahib says, if you say soul can never die, so what you are doing halal on nothing. You are sacrificing nothing. So why you are doing this drama? If you want to eat meat, just eat meat. Why you need to do this process of jiba? So he said, Jot Swaroop Anahat Lagi Kaho Halal Kya Kiya. He said, according to your cosmology, the soul never dies. Then what you do halal? You halal nothing basically, but you bring this ritual, superstition, nonsense ritual, and dividing people on it, based on it. So
but when it speaks of the soul never dying, this is speaking of human soul, right?
no, it's like all like zones. It's basically sarcasm on that, because some sect Sufi say. And let me tell you another thing about the halal thing.
Everything else is
Yes.
soul, bhai.
Why? But we
Everything
do.
is soul.
But that theory, listen me, buddy. All previous before Sikhi, all religions believe all souls never die; they live for eternity. This is an illogical statement. The Sikhi never believe in this
Why?
because it's illogical. You know why? Just
but
DM me. I have a very nice conversation with them. Listen, I'm going to tell you why. I have a very nice, long, more than hour long conversation with a Muslim on this specific topic in English. I will send you my YouTube link and listen it, and then come with the argument in next live. I definitely just DM me. And you too, Saj,
No, but you have
Sanj,
the same
it's for you
concept.
too.
So when you reunite with God, has your soul
You know,
diminished?
I don't think the host will allow me to do this one-on-one here for an hour or something. I can do exercise. You can come to my room sometime. I will ask you things, and you will admit that how is illogical.
ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ send ਕਰ ਦਿਓ
ਮੈਨੂੰ follow DM ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਭਾਜੀ, remind
Okay,
me,
I'm
I
gonna
will send
follow
you.
you.
DM ਕਰ ਦਿਓ
Yeah, just DM me
ਠੀਕ
and
ਹੈ
I will
ਮੈਨੂੰ
reply.
follow ਕਰ ਦਿਓ will do thanks
Because you're saying it's illogical, right? I don't see how it breaks any laws of logic.
It do. I will send you a video, and then you come with the argument or rebuttal
Okay,
after
just
that.
tell me what law of logic it
No,
breaks.
it's a long process. I will ask you many questions, and you will admit, actually you will prove it illogical in front of everybody.
No, but okay, my brother, just tell me what law of logic it breaks. There's 3 laws of logic. Which one does it break?
Oh, I don't know. This host will allow me. He already muted me 3-4 times. So either you come to my room, or I can send you video. And
Yeah. It's best if you.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna
best if you
follow
do
you.
that
You do
one
this. I'm
because
gonna
it's going to be a
come.
long one. So
Yeah, I followed him. Okay, G, I need to drop, but thank you for having me on. It's a cordial conversation. I enjoyed it today, man. Good live, so thank you for having me on, G.
cheers Capo
See you later.
I think we need more clarification on this health thing, because people just think, okay, I have a better idea. Maybe this is the reason. But we need to look at what the text says.
But Tommy, you know, to me, sorry, Tommy, I keep calling you Tommy. But to me, it does matter. It does matter how the animal is slaughtered. It 100% matters. Like, या फिर जेरी कृपान पिछो गया या अगो गया. You know what I mean? अगो ने 1 second.
oh, not it doesn't matter, buddy. It doesn't matter.
I know a lot of people that understand as well. Huh?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but why would you want to think about it, guys? थोड़ा logic use करना चाहिए.
Oh, nahi yaar. At the end, kill is a kill. At the end, it's a kill.
ਵੀਰੋ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਥੋੜਾ ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚੋ ਜਰਾ ਯਾਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਵਾਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਮਿਸਲਾ ਦਾ ਵਾਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਖ empire ਦਾ of the Mughals and whatnot, well, they want to cause maximum suffering. They want to just end the life there and then, right? Because why do you want to cause suffering? And meat ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਣਾ ਖਾ ਲਓ, fine. Why do you want to cause suffering?
Yeah, we don't do deliberate suffering on purpose. We don't do suffering on purpose.
Can you stop pretending you care for the welfare of animals? Halal.
What? Just because? Wait. Just because they ain't me, I don't care for the welfare of animals. That's just dumb.
No. But see.
No, actually, you know what? This thing is a different. I give you a.
Yeah, halal meat.
guys,
The only
one
reason
second,
you're
guys.
posing is
Guys,
because it
guys,
harms
one
animals.
second, guys. Yeah, I agree with Clinch in the Sikhi. I agree with Clinch. It actually says in Sikhi, do not cause unnecessary suffering.
Exactly.
So by that logic,
Exactly.
it's in Sikhi. It says what does it say?
Show me.
No, but
It's not
I think
unnecessary
well, by
suffering. How is it unnecessary suffering?
It's
What I'm saying is, yeah, we need to separate our subjective feelings from the actual reason for the Sikhs.
But it's not subjective, Tommy. It's there, isn't it? It's compassion.
No.
That's right. We have to.
No,
wait.
by this argument, one day by this argument, you know what happened? Listen, Clinch. Listen, मेरी बात सुन रहा वीर.
Can I tell you something about halal first?
I knew in and out of all these subjects. Let me help you, Clinch.
HMC halal has came, like, you know how supermarkets came and took the monopoly, and they do certification now. You know, a lot of people don't like eating halal unless it's HMC certified.
What's HMC certified?
The HMC
committee.
They go around and they do. It's like a committee.
NK. Tell me one thing. Tell me about the HMC scandal a few years ago when HMC was given stamps to those meat companies. They're not even halal.
Yeah. Lead out fully, so all
Right,
the
there you go. That
comes out the body.
right there is a no-no.
Okay, wait, Clinch. He has to explain it properly first. Yeah. When
I want
you
the
say
detail, bro.
NK, please. So when you say that this is the process, this is a bit incomplete what you're saying, yeah.
You complete it for me, then I'll tell you
Okay,
what's
I'm
wrong.
doing it. I'm doing it if you let me finish. So what you do is it's different for every animal. Okay. If you take, for let's say chicken for example, you have to do the jugular vein, which is correct. You don't need to take the name of the god. You have to recite the kalma. What is the kalma? La
No, you
ilaha
don't recite the
illallah.
kalmas. Bismillahi Allahu Akbar. That's
Oh,
what
in
you
your
recite.
brava.
Anybody Google this, please?
Okay.
Somebody,
whichever
any Sikh
prayer it is,
brother
that's
in
fine.
here
Whichever
impartial,
kalma or whether it's
Google it.
the
Okay,
go on,
that's fine.
moving on, moving on.
So,
No,
so
don't
let's
move
say,
on. 'Cause
let's
this
say you
guy's a
put,
liar. We're not gonna move on until this.
Yeah, bro,
He's a
fine,
liar.
it's your one. It's your one. It's
Bro, he's
it's
trying to
it's your one,
explain
your
halal
one.
to
you
me.
said.
It's
Yeah,
your
but
one.
he's
It's your
lying.
one. It's your one.
Yeah,
Wait,
NK, you're right. You're right. Come
wait,
on,
so
next
the most
bit,
important thing
the
which you
next part of the
mentioned, which you
process.
forgot, the most important thing which you forgot, yeah, the animal has to be aware. Otherwise, it cannot be halal.
Has to be alive.
To hear the
Yes.
name of God before it's dispatched.
So what does that mean? The animal has to be aware,
Yeah.
right? So now you changed it. You said because before he gets dispatched, he has to hear the name.
Yeah, of course it is.
Does the
Oh,
animal
the
stay
animal
alive
being
when it's
aware
bleeding
of
out?
No,
Yeah, it's
but
the
listen
same
to what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. The animal has to hear the prayers. So
He
can
has
the
to hear
animal
the name
understand
of
the
God,
prayers?
not prayer. Listen to what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Yadina.
और तेरी माँ दी फुदी
तेरी माँ दी फुदी पे
तेरी आयशा दी माँ दा फुदा ना
Guys,
Don't
guys,
worry.
come on, just
Don't be a
someone
liar,
answer my
man.
question.
At least
NK. NK.
तेरी आयशा दे माँ दे फुदे
You know, like this.
turning, whatever, whether you kill the animal to death, the fact is the animal
भैन
dies.
14 साला
Yeah.
सुल्ला
Don't come here thinking.
तेरे
You
मुंह
never
में
say
बोली
that
दे
to my
तल्ला
face.
जा तू
Guys,
Why
just
boys
cool
know?
it.
You get what I mean?
NK.
You know what happened to
जी
you.
जी to drop him before it gets too late
NK. NK. Good
Nobody's got the
question.
balls to say that to my face. Nobody.
NK.
तेरे मुंह ते मैं भैन चो पटकारी
तू
मारूंगा
था वो गल्ला करना पैन चोदा. You know what I do.
मैं
मैं तेरे
तेरे मुंह ते आगे आयशा दी फुदी मारूं भैन चो
Allow that. Come on, Tommy, allow that. NK, brother,
Sorry guys
listen.
I take it back now
So when the animal's bleeding out, yeah, is the animal still alive? Is the heart's pumping, right? So the animal's still alive, though.
yes
NK.
this is
Oh, it's
and
gone.
kids
That's what
don't
you're like.
you're swearing a lot. So what happens is the reason for that is the animal has to be aware and
Yeah.
he has to listen to the prayers what he's saying. So he's telling you the animal can understand La
Yeah.
ilaha illallah Muhammad
Right,
Rasulullah.
right.
Okay.
So for that,
So,
just that bit is enough for me to know it's not allowed.
allowed.
Just, well, sorry, it's not. Well, it's not allowed in
okay.
Sikhi. As a Sikh, we shouldn't be. You know.
Yeah, but see, we Sikhs are very emotional people. We need to separate this. For example, let's say I eat beef, right? Whether it's grass-fed or not, that's my personal preference. Whether I want to eat that or not. But this is, and obviously, on the other hand, if you say I don't want to eat caged chickens, I want to have free-range ones. That's your wherever you find.
That's a health thing. That's a health.
That's a health thing, or you can say this is the humane way of raising the livestock, which is fine, right? So that's the
Oh, it's
personal
England.
preference when it
Sorry,
comes to
man.
that.
England. Brother, I heard you yesterday on the live. England's there. Yeah. But, brother, you're a blessed guy.
Thank you. And God bless you.
I
God
saw
bless
you.
you.
Sorry, Tommy. Yeah, I was just
bless
hearing
you.
some of your stuff yesterday on the live. Yeah.
Yes. So that's the personal preference. So we need to understand. Personally, let's say, for example, for a Sikh, it's enough as long as it's the Quran hasn't been read. Yeah, that's enough for you. After that, you want to have your personal standards, which is fine. You want to say, okay, I want to eat
Can
free
Sikhs
range.
eat kosher?
Some might say, oh, we just want to have shikar one. Yeah, we don't want to do that because
Yeah,
Prophet-
game meat.
Can Sikhs eat stunned?
Yeah, game meat. Sorry.
Can Sikhs eat stunned meat?
Guys, I think let me just address something. I think that's one of the reasons Sikhs can't eat the halal because we can't do anything. You know, like when an animal's getting prayed to, this and that. That's something that is against Sikhi because we don't believe. You know, superstitions. and things
Sacrifice.
like that.
If it's like what the brother
Depending-
below me said, the brother below me when he said, look, you know,
We don't believe in superstitions.
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's
what
funny.
superstitions do you think you
Sick
believe in,
geezers.
bro?
Put Tommy Singh back on, man. What's wrong with him?
Oh, let me tell why. Let me. Yeah, I was going to explain it. Let me finish that.
Sorry, the Sikhs that I know, they don't really eat meat.
मैं थोड़ी मौँ की लड़ने नहीं देता तुम
मैं तेरी आयशा की लान देसा खुदी ने
What do you mean, Pudinia? The Sikhs that I know do not.
Let me tell you guys one thing. When we do that kirpan paint, we call pog, it's not to purify anything. We believe that everything the God made is already pure. When somebody do some kalma or mantra on it or something and they think we change its nature, so if somebody have some doubt, so we neutralize the effect of people doing on it, basically. Understand this
Yeah,
again.
exactly. That's what I've read
Yeah,
as well.
so
Yeah,
what
that's
happened? Let me tell you, there is another. I can even give reference from history too. So if you want to, don't do it at home, but in public. In public, if you can make a show, you buy halal, read Mool Mantra on it, because Mool Mantra is the most potent thing ever possible, and no kalma compare or extend in front of, or no mantra. Do it not to purify it, but to cut all the effects of their kalma or mantra or anything out of that food. Because let me tell you, for us Sikhs, meat without halal or with halal, that meat have no problem, no change. The problem is that process, the superstition, the kalma. So we basically don't what is I can say, we are against the process, so we agitate and show our protest to against that process, not against meat.
Paji,
So
Paji, I just want to sickly say to you, Paji, yeah? What you're saying, I agree with you, I'd say about 90 to 95%. Because what you're saying is that it's just because of
do
the
do
religious
all
element.
understand Punjabi? I can say it more coherently.
Look, I agree with you, but you're taking away, you're taking away the suffering of the
we can all
animal.
understand.
No,
You're not giving
that
that
suffering are, let me
any
tell you,
precedence at all.
around 10 year ago or something more, the basic of Sikhi guy did this course and it's so bullshit nonsense on YouTube. It's laughable.
Well, based on
Yeah,
Sikhi, you
of
said
course.
Jagraj
No,
Singh.
this
Jagraj
is
Singh, you're
nothing to
talking
do
about
with the
Jagraj Singh.
suffering or something.
Wait. Are you talking about Jagraj Singh?
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
he was
so
my friend.
funny that when
He
he
was my
talk about on
wait. He was
meat,
my
and
friend.
it's so
Listen.
contradictory,
Paji,
self-contradictory. No,
Jagraj Singh.
this suffering have nothing.
I had a lot of
When
men
you
there
are
taught
going
me a lot.
to kill an animal, either you get two humans and put them all the sensors medical science have, one do halal and one chatka, and measure their things and then tell which is suffering. Like what the hell, at the end it's kill. At the end you just kill the animal.
First and happy, yeah.
Yeah, just stunt
Yeah,
or
animal very happy.
no, there is no happy or
Yeah,
these
it's
are a
still
stupid.
suffering.
Oh, according to this, my let me tell you, if you believe through this
You
process,
either kill animals or not.
listen me. Let me finish. NK, if you are genuine person and you are caring about this suffering part, you should eventually become a vegetarian. Or
Yeah.
let me tell you,
Not you. You should be vegetarian. Not
yeah, so
eventually.
it's a
Not all
bullshit argument.
burgers.
There is no suffering.
You
In Gurmat theology, when you understand the whole universe and everything, you understand jiyan ka ahar ji kiye.
So
So
you
this
are
whole
vegetarian
thing
now,
for
yes?
us, whole universe, everything is alive. Nothing is a dead here.
You are
Yeah.
vegetarian now,
Yeah,
yes?
no, I'm not vegetarian. For
Yeah. So
us,
you
everything is
you
have a
should
life.
at least practice
Read
for
Guru Nanak
each and
Sahib
every day.
Bani, understand the deep understanding of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how
Another
am I
thing,
gonna get
let me
to
tell you one more thing
understand
for
that?
killing. Please, I'm not talking to me. Let me finish for that first part.
Yeah.
Even this new neo Nihangs, you know what their argument is? They said Sikhs shouldn't eat meat. We, even it's a tamogon, it's not a good thing. We, because asai young jodh karne hain, we supposed to go to war. We have to eat it. Otherwise, it's not the right thing. That's a Hindu argument, stupid Vedic ritualistic argument. The Brahman made them. It's not our argument ever. Bring me any Gurbani to say that. So for
Paji,
us,
there's
it's
one thing you said about Jagraj Singh, right?
yeah,
When you basically criticized Jagraj Singh, as some of the comments saying he was a very enlightened person,
yeah.
right?
But I don't
You even
see
said
him
he was a very
totally
good
enlightened.
person.
I met him that
I
just
won't say that, but
oh yeah, it's for
He's
you.
he taught
It
a lot
may
of
be
people
for
to
you, but his
and
arguments
has
were
his
so
stance
funny. They were not
on like
logical.
halal stuff. Then I don't think
Yeah,
you're
he have a
on the right
video
path there.
about halal and this chatka, and that was totally nonsense video.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
was.
that's just
Flincher,
opinion.
if you
Sorry, go on.
your background. Sorry, see when it comes to Jagraj Singh and basics of Sikhi, yeah, I'm not saying that they were stupid, completely irrelevant.
Not
But yeah,
completely. I'm not saying either.
they did preach.
But
They did preach so many things which don't align with the Sikh principles.
yeah,
Right. I personally asked him the questions about meat. Right. He never gave me a straight answer. Never.
yeah. So
Never
yeah,
gave me a
like
straight answer.
yeah, please, buddy. So before you judge him, compare with him, I will urge you to listen all my YouTube video and bring a argument against that. Valid argument, rational argument. If you can bring, we will admit. We can bring so many argument against Jugra Singh teachings,
I
very
was
valid
thinking of
ones.
coming to your channel, but when you said you're not vegetarian,
NK, we
Yeah,
are talking
I'm
about
not
one thing. Yeah,
vegetarian.
give us 2 more seconds, and I think we can conclude this. When it comes to Jagraj Singh, bro, yeah, he was definitely a good person.
Yeah,
Right? Whether ideologically he was correct or not, that's always
yeah.
debatable.
I consider him a pious person. He's a pious
Yeah.
person, but do he know all things? Do he have the whole Gurmat? No. He was pious. Okay.
He tried his best, I would say. He
Yeah.
tried his best. Whatever he knew, he tried his best. But he lacked few things, man. We knew each other personally, right? We were really, really, really good friends. We did not get along when it comes to certain aspects of Gurbani. But personally, we had langar many times together. Many times.
ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਮਾਰਨਾ ਟੁਰ ਗਏ ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਗ੍ਰਿਆਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਦੋਂ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਚੋਂ ਨਾ ਮਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਖੂਨ ਵੀ ਸਾਫ਼ ਹੋ ਜੇ
ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਹਿੰਦੂਇਜ਼ਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਯਜਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਵਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਾਈ ਬੀਫ ਵੀ ਖਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਸੀਗਾ ਅਲੀਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਥੋੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਸੋ ਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਿੰਗ ਦਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਸੋ ਅਦਰ ਪੀਪਲ ਡੋਂਟ ਈਟ ਐਂਡ ਫਿਊ ਪੀਪਲ ਦ ਕਲਰਗੀ ਹੈਵ ਓਨਲੀ ਰਾਈਟ to purify, do kalma and to sacrifice. So it's come from there and the human sacrifice. ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ sacrifice ਨਾਲ related ਹੈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਬਕਰੀਦ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ in earlier days they used to sacrifice their son and then they bring to the ਭੇਡ ਤੇ ਆ ਕੇ at Moses time they bring it to the like sheep. Okay, now we have a relaxed version and people because nobody want to kill their kids they all join the Judaism after that because it gives them a relaxation and you don't have to kill your son you can kill an animal now.
Jeet, can you give me a big screen, please? I have a hadith which is very important in this matter. So it is Sunan an-Nisa'i 3966. It was narrated from Anas bin Malik that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "I have been commanded to fight the idolaters until they bear witness to La ilaha illallah. There is none worthy of worship except Allah, and then Muhammad is his slave and messenger." If they bear witness to La ilaha illallah and the Muhammad is his slave and messenger, and they pray as we pray and face our Qibla and eat our slaughtered animals. Okay, I'll repeat this again. And eat our slaughtered animals, then their blood and wealth becomes forbidden to us, except for what is due. Yeah, I can't read. For except what for a right that is due. Yeah. So basically, those who do not eat your slaughtered animals, which is basically forced conversion. So before that, everything is halal. Their property, it says there, their wealth, their blood and wealth. Yeah. So their murder is also legal for them, and looting their wealth is also legal. So obviously, when you take shahada, when you become a Muslim, that's when you can save yourself and your property. You need to consider this. This is England. You seen I'm a Munna, bro. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, but obviously I know for sure you are a Munna. But I can put my picture up if you give me 2 seconds. Yeah, everybody have.
Yeah, so in meantime, I won't say as an individual or personally or at home you bring a halal or something, but as a community, if you can do a show in a public place, buy halal, do Mool Mantar on it, and declare we cut all their Muslim kalma out of it and make it a show and then put up videos that would be okay then you can do because our in front of our gurbani no kalma works nothing works all get cut out so we can do that definitely and Sikhs used to do so there are at least two evidence in history it happens
ਭਾਜੀ 2 ਮਿੰਟ ਦਿਓ. This is a sketch of me, yeah, obviously to protect my identity. This is a sketch of me and my wife. Okay. I wish I could just put maybe next year in March I'll be putting my pictures up. So this is me here. Do I look mona to you? My beard is longer than any one of you. ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਵੱਡੀ ਪਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੋਡਿਆਂ ਤੱਕ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਜੇ ਦਾੜੀ.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ. ਮੇਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਐਡੀ ਰਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿੱਡੀ ਪਿਕਚਰ 'ਚ ਹੈ, ਛੋਟੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ ਹੁਣ. ਝੜ ਗਈ ਆ ਮਤਲਬ. ਨਾਲੇ ਉਹ ਬੰਨਣ ਨਾਲ ਲੰਮੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਗੁੱਡ. ਯਾ
G, you can minimize me, bro.
Was that you, Tony?
Yes, bro.
Okay, that's the first time we've seen you.
That's me.
That's the first time we've seen you, I think.
Yeah, this is a sketch, yeah, so people cannot relate. People can't find me anyway, but it's fine.
Yeah. No, I think I saw one of your pictures on the Telegram once. I think you showed a picture. You was eating some meat or something.
Probably.
Some,
might have put by accident. Did I look like a monna to you?
I can't remember that actually. You looked. No, you didn't. You had like a start on.
Yeah, Banda has seen me, so you can ask Banda.
ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਦਾ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹ ਉਦਘਾਟਨ ਤੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਜੀਆ ਲੈਣਾ ਵਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਚਲੋ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਂਝਾ ਵਾ, ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਆਵੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕੇ, ਕੀ ਨਾ ਲਈਦਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੇ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਵਾ. ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ. ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਗਿਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਰਫ਼ 'ਚ ਗਲ ਕੇ ਮਰਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰੀ ਮੁਸਲਾ. ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ, ਪੰਗਤੀ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ.
ਹਾਂਜੀ. ਉਹ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਨੇਗੇ. ਆਈ ਨੋ. ਉਹ ਤੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਟੈਕਸ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਪੰਜਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ.
ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜਜ਼ੀਆ ਲਵਾਂਗਾ. ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਵਾਪਸ ਆਇਆ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਉਹ.
ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਵੱਡਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਕੌਣ ਸੀਗਾ? ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਵੀ ਸੀ ਅਕਬਰ ਨੇ ਮਾਫ, ਤੇ ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਬੀਰਬਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਬਾਹਮਣ, ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਚੜਾ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕੀ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜੇ ਉਹ ਟੈਕਸ ਲਾਓ ਜੇ ਵਾਓ. ਉਹ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬਾਦਸ਼ਾਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਾਹਮਣ ਨਾਲ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਮੁਜਰਮ, ਇਕੱਲੇ ਮੁਗਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੇ. ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਮਣ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਨਾਲ, ਹਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ.
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਖੜਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ
ਔਰ ਉਂਗਲ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ.
ਆਹੋ.
ਸੋ ਦਾ ਥਿੰਗ ਇਜ਼, ਜੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਸਿੱਖ, ਮੈਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦਾ ਅੰਟਿਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੋਰਕ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਬੀਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. ਸਾਡੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵਟ ਇਟ ਸੇਜ਼ ਹੱਕ ਪਰਾਇਆ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਉਸ ਸੂਰ ਉਸ ਗਾਏ. ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਨੈਵਰ ਸੈਡ ਉਸ ਸੂਰ ਹਮ ਗਾਏ. ਹੀ ਸੈਡ ਲਾਈਕ them for Muslims is a pork, and for them, not us, it's a cow beef. For us Sikhs, those both are food. We have no problem with them. For us, scamming someone, hak praya, stealing from someone, and all that is haram. Not the meats are haram.
ਇੱਕ ਭਾਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਰੀਸੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਫਾਈਂਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹਦੀ ਵੈਸਟ 'ਚ ਹੁਣ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਾਰਨੀਵੋਰ ਡਾਇਟ ਜੀ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾਸ ਉੱਤੇ ਲੱਗਾ ਪਿਆ ਵਾ. ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਭਾਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਦੀ ਫਾਈਂਡਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੜੀ ਡਿਸਟਰਬਿੰਗ ਫਾਈਂਡਿੰਗ ਆ ਉਹਦੀ. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਡਾਇਟ ਹੈ ਇਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਿਉਰ ਆ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ. ਤੇ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਭਾਜੀ ਸਹੀ ਆ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਮੰਨ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਿਆ ਜਾਏ, ਜੇ ਉਹ ਡਾਇਟ ਸਹੀ ਆ, ਖਾਲੀ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਮੀਟ ਖਾਣ ਲਈ ਹੀ ਬਣਿਆ ਵਾ, ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੈਸ਼ਨੋ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਆ, ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਪ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਰਫੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ.
ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਦਾਸੀਜ਼ ਬ੍ਰਿੰਗ ਦਿਸ. ਉਦਾਸੀਜ਼ ਵਰ ਸਾਕਤ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਗੋਡਸ ਵਰਸ਼ਿਪਰਸ. They were in control of Darbar Sahib from 7th Guru till 20th century. even for few years, around 20, 30 years, by Mani Singh, even that time they don't have a full control. They have to go in a collision with them. Even at Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Sardar Akali Phula Singh, the main clergy was Udasis there. Until Singh Sabha, they were always in full control of Sikh institution. And they were Aki, considered as a Aki in Gurbani Gurmat, Bhagi. And they were Sakats, Devi worshippers, goddess worshippers. So this whole nonsense is bring after Guru Sahibs. And if this Tamogun, Satogun, this is nonsense also from there that Sikhs shouldn't eat. We nihang because we have to go in the fight. ਅਸੀਂ ਮਜਬੂਰ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ 'ਚ ਖਾਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਵਾ ਪਰ ਹੈ ਗਲਤ ਵਾ this nonsense totally Brahman nonsense.
To understand that ever since obviously after the departure of Guru Sahib, we have been constantly under the attack. Yeah, it was at some point we were under the attack from the Mughals. Yeah, they have tried to distort our books and our literature. Then it was the British, and Brahman has always from day one, ever since the Guru Nanak arrived, right? Brahman has tried to fiddle with our scriptures, our literature. So that's why we have so much confusion. So the responsibility is still on us to make sure that our belief system is actually correct.
Yes, so I don't know the people that keep promoting vegetarianism and they're saying that's the way of the beliefs, you know. I don't know why that is.
It comes from Brahmanwad, bro. Very clearly it comes from Brahmanwad. So the attacks, we need to actually look into the past and see how they have orchestrated back in time, so that in the future Sikhs will have nothing to stand on. Yeah, they will be so much confused. They will be fighting amongst each other, right? If you look at how Sikrat Maryada was made, there were countless disagreements and countless narajgi. People were hard to bring. It was really hard to bring them together to come to a common ground so they can form a document. Because at that time, Sikhi was very, very, very threatened.
Yeah, and even
Sikhs were
that
totally
is
confused.
even the people knew what Sikhi, but they have to at some places come to common ground. So it is because it's still not what they want actually. They still have to come to common ground with the sampradayas, but still it's much better than most Sikhs practice. It's still a good document.
And one thing I don't get with halal meat is how can the animal hear the prayers? You know, that's an interesting point, Tony.
Oh
I didn't know about the
it's not about
Yes.
animal.
animal is not
It's
really
basically
involved.
qurbani, sacrifice to God, Allah.
So obviously, these are illogical things.
It's offering to God,
The
basically.
practice is in Judaism and Islam. So animal has to hear you like he can understand Hebrew, Arabic.
Yeah.
The regular halal is just extension of their Bakrid when they do Qurbani, so to the God, offering to the God. So it's just a lighter form of same process. It's basically sacrifice to God to
I think they
please
also
Him.
sacrifice animals during the Eid as well. They sacrifice.
Yeah, it's called Qurbani. Qurbani literally means sacrifice to some deity.
Yeah.
ਤੇ ਨਾਲੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਦਾ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਆ, ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਅਜ਼ੀਜ਼ ਹੋਵੇ ਕੋਈ।
Yeah.
ਇੱਕ 2 ਪੌਂਡ ਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਿਕਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਭੈਣ ਚੋਦ
ਨਹੀਂ
ਮਾਰਦਾ।
ਦੇਖੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪੁੱਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਨਾ। ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਦੋਂ ਬਣੇ ਅਬਰਾਹਮਿਕ ਧਰਮ 'ਚ ਬਿਗ ਨੰਬਰ ਆਫ ਪੀਪਲ ਵੈਨ ਦੇ ਕਮ ਟੂ ਅਬਰਾਹਮਿਕ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ, ਵੈਨ ਉਹਨੇ ਐਕਸਕਿਊਜ਼ ਕੱਢ ਲਿਆ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਨਾਓ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੀਪ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਭੇਡੂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ। ਤੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ, ਲੋਕ ਤੇ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਫਸੇ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਬਚ ਰਹੇ, ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੋਜ਼ਸ ਦੇ ਧਰਮ 'ਚ ਆ ਗਏ ਵੀ ਚਲੋ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਭੇਡ ਵੜਦਿਆ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਬਚ ਜਾਇਆ ਕਰੂਗਾ, ਸਾਡਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਬੇਟਾ।
ਨਾਲੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਨਾ, we explain that why Sikhs don't eat this, yeah? So we can use
ਭਾਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਆ ਕਿ ਰੱਬ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਬਲੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਰੱਬ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਰੱਬ ਥੋੜੀ ਹੈਗਾ
ਨਾ
ਮੰਗਦਾ ਵਾ ਨੀ।
ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਬਲੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ।
ਹਨਾ।
or
Guys, I'll ask you a question. I have another question. A question I got, right? You know, is purely to do with the fact that the kalma or whatever Islamic prayer is read on the meat. What about you go into supermarkets now, you see figs, dates, vegetables that are labeled halal. I've seen packaged vegetables. You may have seen that.
That's
you guys.
that's where you
So-
need to
so-
understand
So in that case, can we not eat that fig either?
no, because
Get me?
see, the halal
is an Arabic term, yeah.
Yeah.
For us, it's ki kehande kutha, right?
Yes, yes.
So they call it halal. So halal.
No, I get the
in
term.
Arabic-
Yeah.
Halal in Arabic means allowed. Okay.
Or-
So it could be.
they can eat.
or legal,
They can eat is allowed.
allowed or legal.
ਬਜਰ ਕਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਬਜਰ ਕਰੇ ਤਾਂ
ਬਜਰ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਵਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਕੁੱਠਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾ ਤੇ ਕੁੱਠਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ
ਉਹ ਮੀਟ ਲਈ ਆ ਅੱਛਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਲਿੰਟ ਇਦਾਂ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਵਿਦਆਊਟ ਦੈਟ ਸਟੈਂਪ ਬੈਟਰ ਬਾਈ ਦੈਟ ਬਟ ਇਫ ਇਟਸ ਅ vegetarian basically it's your commercialization, so they said no interest loan is used or stuff like that nonsense hai na. But you can avoid, but for other than meat if you have no other option that's fine if it has stamp, but try if you have an alternate without stamp. But for meat it's more like it's mostly for meat because that food is that vegetarian cream is not sacrificed to God. It's basically they said we didn't use the loan with the interest or something like that.
Okay, let me ask another question. Because obviously it's a ritual meat and it's prepared using the Islamic.
It's a sacrifice to God.
You sacrifice to. So in that case, ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਬਣ ਜਾਣਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ
ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੋ ਉਹ ਮੀਟ technically there is no difference in meat but that idea is so decisive or sectarian. We want to agitate against the idea of this process, so it's our agitation,
the idea of killing for God.
killing for God and creating a division in a society.
And you also need to keep in mind their intention as well, right?
Yeah.
Of course, their intention, I get that, because it's to exert the dominance throughout society,
Yeah.
etc. Everything, all the meat that you're going to eat is becoming halal. I get that. But then
Ye-
also...
let me tell you, like sometimes somebody...
Sorry, just a second, Baji, it just last 10 seconds, 50 seconds. So back in the day, Jo Sadi Gurusi, they would know everything, past, present, future, right? So, but back in those days, शिक्षा नहीं होनी सी, like a scientific way. But they would have known not to have, like chew tobacco and do this and smoke and this and that, because they knew it's bad for the body, right? It's bad for our health, right? So they would have known as well. We can't dispute or accept it, I understand, but they would have known halal khana. There's something in halal. It's not just a ritualistic thing, but scientifically it's bad for a body. But they didn't. There's so many things that are not explained scientifically, but things that have been stated in, in
No.
Guru Granth Sahib Ji and Sikhi,
Look,
etc. As time goes on, as just a second, almost finished. As time goes on, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਲਿਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ, educated ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ, and ਸਾਇੰਸ ਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਮੈਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ, alignment ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, right? So the more we read Sikhi, the more we read science, there's a lot of alignment, right? So how, and if science is saying that, if you eat, like halal meat is slaughtered in this particular way that causes maximum suffering, to me, our gurus knew this. Do you get me? So how can we say it's just to do
मैं
with the
समझाऊंगा, मैं समझ गया
ritualistic
ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ. I got your point.
You understand?
Yeah, no, I understand. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Sociology, let's say sociology, political things. So do we use argument, logics and reasoning in these things, society norms? Do we use reasoning and logic or not?
No, sorry.
To what's good for society, we have to make a law. So do we use, when we debate and discussion, do we use logic, reasoning, sensibility, what's good for society or not? Don't we? We do.
We do, but we
So
also use
that's called scientific approach. But you are talking about biology. So Sikhi primarily is a sociology. It's for society, humanities, how human come together, make a better future. So that's the main reason. So biology is different thing, the chemistry is different thing. Sikhi give a purpose to human life. So
It's very
Yeah,
logical. It's
yeah.
logical.
So it's mostly
Ethics
sociology.
and morals.
Yeah.
But
So
it's spiritual as well, right?
yeah, so spiritual. So
Some
spiritual. No,
spirituality
divine. I
divided
don't
with
use
each other,
spiritual
no?
word because let's say divinity. So in Sikhi, in our divinity, even a pure theology, we understand everything made by God as long as it's edible is already pure.
अच्छा
It's
भाई
already
भाई एक
halal.
मिनट किसी क्या है कि लॉजिकल अच्छा किसी क्या Sikh is mainly about logic yeah and the brother San
No,
said as well अच्छा just
and
एक minute
spirituality.
एक second if it's just about if not just but if it's primarily about logic then एक इतना हो गया कि जरा बाबा दीप सिंह ਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਿਰ ਕੱਟ ਗਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਤੇ ਤਲੀ ਤੇ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਲੜਾਈ ਕਰ ਲਈ that goes against logic doesn't it that's
Let me
spiritual
explain you.
right
People are
so of
there.
course
Some
it's about
people. Let me
spirituality and
tell you.
feelings and
For
compassion as
us,
well
It's spirituality as well.
ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣ ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ theology ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੀ. People have different beliefs. Some group
अच्छा so
says,
true नहीं सी बाबा
listen me,
दीप
let
सिंह
me
की
tell you.
गल है
Some group
अच्छा
says,
दसो
he get a big cut on his neck, but with the hand he stop his blood he get and he fight. Some says his whole head come separate and on the hand. There is
अच्छा
no so there are different versions, so we don't fight within. This is a people belief,
You
but
come
it's
from
not
like
a Sikhi is telling you this happen or not, this don't happen. Sikhi never rely on the history. Sikhi rely on the theology and philosophy of the
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੀ
Sikhi.
opinion ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ
Huh?
personal opinion ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ
Yeah, no,
personal
guys, I know,
No,
guys. I'm
I
not
don't want to go in that debate because this
okay
that's what I
okay
told you.
no
He comes
personal nahi, whatever thing I never give personal experience. I only talk about things which can be proved universal.
no see the thing is that there
No,
are
no, 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 no,
anecdotal
no.
things out there as
Sikhi is
well
always about
ਭਾਜੀ
universal
ਦੱਸੋ
facts.
ਸਿੱਖੀ ਚ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ
ਸਿੱਖੀ ਚ ਕਰਮਾਤ ਜੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਕਰੇ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਬੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ.
ਬੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਰ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਆ
ਮਤਲਬ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਤੇਰਾ ਪਾਣਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਸੋ ਇਫ ਹੀ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਹੀ ਡੂ ਇਫ ਹੀ ਡੋਂਟ ਵੀ ਡੋਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੇ ਫॉर ਹਿਮ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਸਮ ਮੈਜਿਕ ਫॉर ਅਸ.
ਯਾ ਬਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਨਾ
ਉਹ ਉਹਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ. ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੇ
ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ
ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਕਰੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ.
ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ
Expectations we have no expectations.
ਨੋ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟੇਸ਼ਨ
Yeah.
ਓਕੇ ਕਮਿੰਗ ਬੈਕ ਟੂ ਦ ਟੌਪਿਕ
ਉਹਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਮਰੱਥਾ ਵਾ ਸੋ ਹਿਸ ਕੈਪੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਡੂ ਨਾਟ ਡਾਊਟ ਇਟ ਸੋ
ਵੀ ਕਾਲ ਲਿਮਿਟਡ ਆਪਾਂ
Yeah.
ਲਿਮਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
ਹਾਂ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਰਮਾਤ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੈਪੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ
ਬਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਜੱਜ ਜਾਂ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਮ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਰਮ ਦੇਖੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾਇਆ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਈ ਆ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਹ ਵਰਲਡਲੀ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਮਾਇਆ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੀ ਆ. ਯੂ ਨੈਵਰ ਨੋ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਮਾਇਆ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ. ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਨ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਯੂ ਡੋਂਟ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਇਰ ਔਰ ਹੋਪ ਫॉर karamat to happen. You say I am following your path, whatever gonna happen so happen. I don't will say this is bad thing happen to me or good thing happen to me. I just follow the path and do the right thing.
ਪਾਣਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ
And do the ਪਾਣਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਤੇ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਪਾਣਾ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਤੇ ਚੱਲਣਾ do the right thing as per the Gursikhi. That's it.
Bobby's here.
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਾਰੇ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ.
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਰਾ
ਕਿੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ
ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਆ ਬ్రో ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਆ ਥੋੜੇ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਸੀਗੇ ਦਿਸ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ
ਵਧੀਆ ਵਧੀਆ ਇੱਕਦਮ ਕੈਂਟ
ਬਾਦੂ ਕੀ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਚੱਲਦਾ
ਇਹ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਜੀ ਭਾਈ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਇਸਲਾਮ
ਸਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਭੱਜੀ No, we were talking about halal.
ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ it's ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗਾ bro we did this program yesterday it's called the Islamic quiz
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਬਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ
ਬਾਦੂ
ਗੁੱਡ ਬਾਬੀ ਬਾਜੀ ਜੀ ਕੁਛ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਠੀਕ ਆ
no problem bro
I'm always here for you I'm Shivdeep Singh always here for you love you bye
thank you bro thank you
ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਤਾਂ ਕੁੜੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਹੈ
ਉਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਆ ਰਹੀ
ਕਈ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ
Tony, not quite. ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ man?
ਹੁਣੇ ਸੰਗ ਪਾੜ ਕੇ ਚੁੱਪ ਹੋਏ ਸਾਰੇ, ਪਹਿਲੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਹੁਣ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਚੁੱਪ।
ਹੁਣ ਸਾਰੇ ਠੰਡੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਦੇਖੋ ਗੱਲ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਵਾ, ਆਪਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ if ਸਾਰੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਮਝ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਸੌਖਾ ਹੋ ਜੂ, ਸੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਵੀ ਲਾਈਕ ਫॉर ਅਸ it's never it's all about the process, not about the meat. It's about the process, and especially ritualistic superstitious process, and which involve divinity, and in which there is a sense that the things God created are illegal or not valid or apavitra or haram, and human can utter something on it and follow some specific process ritual and make it pure and halal. Basically we consider it as an anti-God practice. We believe that you are doubting the God doing, and you think as a human you can fix the God doing, and God made an error. So it's go against our actually pure theology of Sikhi, because khana pina sab pavitra, everything God do, as long as it's edible, it's already pure halal. It's human intervention in God work, that God did something right and I'm gonna fix it. It's so anti-God practice. So we avoid these things, go against to protest, show our protest against these ideas, not against that meat. The meat is same. And many people, most people, when they eat halal or don't eat halal, they get this maya engraved and they start getting dreams, oh I am not doing this and that. So in Sikhi we avoid all this superstition which maybe trap your mind later, and you start feeling guilt and having
That makes, Buddy, that makes perfect sense, bro. ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ, I heard, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ look, ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹ meat ਨੂੰ when they put the part ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, and if we eat it we're taking in the Islamic practices, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਹਾਲੇ ਮੰਨਦਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ, they are beginning to take on the energy of the whole of the process. So ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ this week, and it makes sense, you know, ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼,
Bobby, you also take on the bad karmas, or
that's it 100%, bro.
ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੰਦਾ, ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਗਲਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਮੀਟ ਖਾ ਲੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਨੌਨ ਹਲਾਲ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਦਿਨ ਨੀਂਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨੂੰ ਟਰੈਪ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਐਂਟੀ ਗੋਡ।
ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਆਰਮੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ, ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਸੀਗੇ, ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਜੀ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਰਮਜ਼ਾਨ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਇਫਤਾਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ। ਇਫਤਾਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਰੋਜ਼ਾ ਖੋਲਦੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿਚਨ ਸਟਾਫ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗਲਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਲੇਬਲ ਇੱਧਰ ਉੱਧਰ ਕਰਤੇ। ਉਹ ਲੈਂਪ ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੂਰ ਤੇ ਲਾਤਾ, ਸੂਰ ਦਾ ਲੈਂਪ ਤੇ ਲਾਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਖਾ ਗਏ ਭੈਣ ਚੋ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਅੱਜ ਲੈਂਪ ਬਹੁਤ ਟੈਂਡਰ ਆ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਟੈਂਡਰ ਆ ਕੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਯਾਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਤੇ ਸੂਰ ਹੀ। ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੇਬਲ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੁੱਠੇ ਕਰਤੇ। ਉਹ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿਚਨ ਸਟਾਫ ਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਉੱਡ ਗਿਆ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਉਹ 4-5 ਜਣੇ ਖਾਈ ਜਾਣ ਭੈਣ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ। ਉਹ ਗਲਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਖਾ ਲਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੋਜ਼ਾ ਵੀ ਖੋਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਸੂਰ ਨਾਲ। ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ, ਬਾਅਦ ਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਹੈ ਵੈਸੇ ਠੀਕ ਸੀ।
ਯਾ ਸੋ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਐਨੀਥਿੰਗ ਵਿਚ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਏ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਟਰੈਪ, ਮਾਇਆ, ਉਹ ਮਾਇਆ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਵੋਇਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਔਰ ਉਹ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਤੇ ਯਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸਦਾ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਯਾਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ 'ਚ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਕੁਛ ਚਿਰ ਰਹੇ, ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਉਹ ਅਕਲੇਮ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਪੱਗਾਂ ਬੰਨ੍ਹਦੇ ਸੀ, ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਬਟ ਉਹ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਖੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਪੌਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਈ ਸੀ, ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਕਲਚਰਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੀਗੇ। ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੱਝ ਦਾ ਦੁੱਧ ਚੜਾਉਂਦਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੱਝ ਸੂੰਦੀ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਪੀਰ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਮੀਟ ਹਲਾਲ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਪੀਰ ਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਅੱਛਾ, ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਬੈਠਣੀਆਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ, ਤਾਂ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੀ, ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਲਾਸਟ ਹਰਡਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਖੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਪੌਲ ਲੈਣ ਵਾਲੀ, ਉਹ ਇਹ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਐਡਾ ਤਗੜਾ ਟਰੈਪ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਨੌਨ ਹਲਾਲ ਮੀਟ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਖਾ ਸਕਾਂਗੇ, ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੀਰ 'ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪੀਰ ਨਾਰਾਜ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ। ਔਰ ਉਹ ਲਾਸਟ ਥਿੰਗ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਟ ਕਰਨ 'ਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਪਈ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ 'ਚੋਂ ਓਵਰਕਮ ਹੋਣ ਨੂੰ। ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਟਰੈਪ ਨੇ, ਮਾਇਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਬੂ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਟਰੈਪ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਡਿਵਾਈਨ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਰੱਬ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਆਏ ਆ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਆ, ਟਰੈਪ ਨੇ, ਮੈਂਟਲ ਟਰੈਪ ਨੇ।
ਪਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਤੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਰੱਖਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ? ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਡਰ ਇੰਨਾ ਵਾ, ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੂਫ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕੋਈ ਐਵੀਡੈਂਸ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਡਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਠਾ ਵਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ, ਉਹ ਲੋਕੀ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ। ਤਾਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇਖੇ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਆ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜੰਮੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਾਬਾ ਬੁੱਢਨ ਅਲੀ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਮਜ਼ਾਰ ਆ ਬੜੀ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਵੀਰਵਾਰ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਓ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਆ।
ਤੇ ਉਹ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ, ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕ ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਬਾਕੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਇਆ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਈਕੋਸਿਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਤੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੌਬ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੀ ਬੈਕਗਰਾਉਂਡ ਸਮਝਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਹਿਊਮਨਸ ਆਰ 99% ਮੈਂਟਲ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦਾ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਸ਼ਿਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬਲੀਵ ਕਰਨ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਵਾ, ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ? ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੇ ਬੰਧਨ ਕਾਟੇ। ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਬੰਧਨ ਨੇਗੇ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਕਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਵਾ। ਤੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਈਕੋਲੋਜੀ ਆ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੌਜੀਕਲੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ, ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਈਕੋਲੋਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਸ ਕਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਉਹ ਪਾਰਟ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕੰਸੀਡਰ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਵੀ ਹਾਊ ਇਟ ਵਰਕਸ। ਤੇ ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟਰਕਚਰ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਈਕੋਲੋਜੀਕਲ ਆ, ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟਰਕਚਰ ਆ। ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਨਵੇਂ ਟਰਮਸ ਦੇ ਅੰਡਰ ਸੇਮ ਟਰੈਪ ਐਂਟਰ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਬੋਲਦੇ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬੜਾ ਬੈਕਲੈਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਓ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਉਸੇ ਰਾਵਾ 'ਤੇ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਜੇ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਚੱਲੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਬੈਕਲੈਸ਼ ਹੋਊਗਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਜੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹਲਾਲ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਦੇਵੀ ਦਾ ਚੰਡੀ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹੀ ਝਟਕੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਛਤਰੀਆਂ ਵਾਲਾ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ ਵਾ ਝਟਕਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਬਲੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਸੇਮ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਸੇਮ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਦੋਨੋਂ, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਕਰਦੇ।
Paj, let me ask you a question. I have another question for you. You see everything's, mental and psychological effect of if you eat something, it's a psychological effect. Banda so nahi sakda halal kha ke raat nu neend nahi aandi 2-3 din. Okay, all right, fine, I accept that, yeah? So, bit of a psychological question then. If you wanted, anyone here, please answer. If you wanted a Muslim, the practicing Muslim currently, to stop eating halal meat, how would you get them and explain to them to stop eating halal meat? What would you present to them? What arguments would you present to them for them to stop eating halal meat?
There is only one solution for all psychological problems. That is, their God is Gaib. In Quran, the God they can never know, connect and meet and connect with the God in this life.
Acha.
ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਣ ਲੱਗਾ, ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਦੱਸਣ ਡਿਆ ਨਾ। ਅੱਲਾ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੇਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲਿਓ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਖੋ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਰੱਬ ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ।
ਨਹੀਂ, ਠੀਕ ਨਹੀਂ।
I know plenty of Muslims and the good Muslims, and they care about a lot of things in society, not just people, not just their own. They care about other things and animals, etc. as well. But how would you just on that one thing, how would you get them to stop eating?
ਮੈਂ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਆਰਗੂਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ। ਸਾਡਾ ਆਰਗੂਮੈਂਟ ਆ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੋਰ ਆ ਨਾ, ਪਬਲਿਕ ਸਟੋਰ ਆ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੂਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ। ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਟੋਰ ਖੋਲ ਲੈਣ, ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਨੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ, ਦੇ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਹੈਵ। ਮੋਸਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੋਰ 'ਚ ਮੁਸਲਿਮ ਆ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੁਪਰ ਸਟੋਰ ਦੇ ਹਲਾਲ ਨੂੰ ਹਲਾਲ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਾਲੀ ਆ। ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਲਾਲ ਸਟੋਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਹੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਸਟੋਰ ਨੇਗੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਸਟੈਂਪ ਵਾਲਾ ਫੂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਇਹ ਇਸ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਲੈਵਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਜੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਥਿਓਲੋਜੀ ਨਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਇਟ ਮੇਕ ਸੈਂਸ।
Paji, with all due respect, honestly, ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਊਟ ਆਫ ਕੰਟੈਕਸਟ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ, how would you persuade a one Muslim?
They have to leave Islam, mate. They have to leave
Islam.
Islam.
I don't think so. I think
ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਵੀਰ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਲਿੰਕ, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਲਿੰਕ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣ ਵੀਰ, ਨਹੀਂ ਕਲਿੰਕ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣ ਕਲਿੰਕ।
One minute. You say convincing someone. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਹਤੋਂ convince ਕਰਨਾ? All you got to do is make sure that the British English, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ, British English ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਲੱਗੇ। If you're not practicing Islam, then what are you eating? Spiritual prayed over meat. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਲੱਗੇ that actually
ਭਾਜੀ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਰੋਕਣਾ ਹਲਾਲ ਖਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕੋ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਵਾਹ ਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਮੂੰਹ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ
ਕਲਿੰਚ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਲਿੰਚ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਨਸਰ ਦੇਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਥਿਓਲੋਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੁਸਲਿਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਉਹ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਨੇਗੇ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਈਸ ਪਰਸਨ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਸੈਕੂਲਰ ਵੀ ਬਈ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਫੂਡ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਸਟੋਰ ਬਣਾਓ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਸਟੋਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਫੂਡ ਦੀ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਆਰਗੂਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਟਾਕਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦਾ ਮੋਸਟ ਪੀਪਲ ਮੋਡਰੇਟ ਪੀਪਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੁਸਲਿਮ ਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਆਰਗੂਮੈਂਟ ਦਿਓ if you are a logical person why would other people have to bear the overburden or extra charges of stamping the halal and share the cost on it
I fully understand what you're saying, but I'm taking it on a different point. Bobby, I think Bobby's gone. Yeah. Okay. What I was saying before was that the argument, Tommy, that we were talking about. It's about like the religious aspect of it, rather than the way the animal is unalived and the suffering it goes through. So what I'm saying is that everyone has some kind of compassion or like daya in them, right? So if you appeal to that person's compassionate side and their daya side, that's the best way to convince someone. Which is, if you look at
no. They will have few Muslim doctors who will publish a report, and if they have a money that this is a more human way and less suffering, what are you gonna do? They just put a money. They have a lot of doctor people in a medical science, and they will sign and peer reviewed this report.
I get that, but I'm talking at a much lower level. If you look at when Aurangzeb and Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when Guru Gobind Singh Ji wrote the Zafarnama, didn't he tell Aurangzeb everything? So all the things that he did wrong, was he trying to get him to leave Islam? Or did he appeal to his side that made him see everything he did wrong? And at some point, Aurangzeb did realize, I think, before his death. So what I'm trying to say to you is that everyone has that their compassion side. Now, I understand that with Muslims, they eat halal meat. If a person was to explain to them that this is what's happening to the meat that you're eating, then you're appealing to their compassionate side.
No, let me tell you, for us, this no. When you look at understand the pure cosmology of Sikhi, it's all about right and wrong and thing. Listen, me tell you. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਆ if ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਟਨ ਕੀਤਾ whatever you consume that thing you just it's a cycle of the life. ਈਵਨ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਛੱਡ ਦੋਗੇ ਕੰਜ਼ਿਊਮ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਡੀਕੰਪੋਜ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਬੈਕਟੀਰੀਆ ਵਿਲ ਈਟ ਇਟ ਔਰ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਵਿਲ ਹੈਪਨ ਬਟ ਦੈਟਸ ਨੋਟ ਯੂਅਰ ਜੌਬ ਦ ਬੈਕਟੀਰੀਆ ਵਿਲ ਕਿਲ them anyways. If you kill you consume it. If you just kill for game and keep killing animals and don't consume them, that is maybe we say unethical in Sikhi. But if you hunt or game or whatever is you consume the meat, there is no problem. You are just part of the cycle. This whole cosmological and this Gurbani, and if you read the Guru Granth Sahib, that Shabd Mas kar, or read whole Guru Bani, read other jiyan ke ahar ji kiye, read jete dane an ke jiyan baaj na goye. There is nothing unliving in this universe. Everything has have a life in it. Everything which move, which react, have a life. Even stone, where if you put a chemical and they change their color or they change their composition, so they are reacting, they have some level of life in them. Nothing is lifeless.
So, Clinch, when you say that you have to persuade them and show them the side of compassion, it doesn't apply to them. If you look at the commandments they have been given and what they believe in, right? Eating an animal which wasn't unalived or slaughtered in a compassionate way is nothing as compared to what the teacher they've already subscribed to. I have this on the screen here.
Yeah.
If somebody can give me a big screen, please. Jeet, are you there? Hello. I'll just read anyway. Yeah, I think So it says there, I was among the captives of Banu Qurayza. The companions examined us, and those who had begun to grow their pubic hair were unalived, and those who had not were not unalived. And he says, I was among those who had not grown hair. So he's talking about a tribe which Muhammad and his companions attacked, and they unalived every single one who had even one sprout of pubic hair coming out. Which means they unalived 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and 10-year-olds kids. So you want somebody who actually condones this, believes in this ideology, and you want them to see compassion when they slaughtered animal in a different way. It's impossible.
No, I get that. No, I have heard a lot of these, you know, I mean, and they're absolutely true, you know, everything that says, and, you know, like you have a lot of knowledge on Islam, you know, I've followed you for a little while now. But the thing is that I was just trying to make a point from a different angle.
But that won't work. If you really want, let me tell you what. You want my answer? What will work? You want my answer? What will work?
Yeah. Oh, that's all.
Only answer will work to show the flaw in their theology, because that's the main core principle, their theology flaw, and give them a better substitute, which we have. In their theology, it's all unconfirmed future after death promise. They have no option to connect with God in this life. Their God is Gab, mean unknown, unseen, hidden. Their God is hiding behind a veil, according to the Quran, and they have to wait for after death judgment day. And they then surprise open, and maybe turned out what they were believe the God is was never a God, and God is something else. So it's all a big gamble they play. When they realize that they are playing a gamble and totally blindly believing something, they have no clarity, and they get a option that this is actually you can connect, and this is God, and you can connect with the in this life, and there is no postpone thing after death. That will change your core center, like a hub of their center of their thought process, and then rest of the thought process will be fixed too. You cannot fix the third, fourth, fifth layer without fixing the center of this whole orbits or layers, without fixing their sun. You cannot fix the orbits. So these halal is not their primary thing, it's their secondary thing in their jurisprudence or cosmology. So we need the main thing, they need to realize that they were fooled in the name of God, in the name of unknown, unidentified, unreachable, unconnectable God. Otherwise, I don't think anything else gonna work for long. Maybe somebody will convince for 5 or 10 years, and he will go back to that fanatic thing back again.
So they will have to come out of the fold of Islam.
But I don't think they go. Sorry, I don't think they do it in one go. They do it in like bits and pieces. Like I follow a lot of ex-Muslim groups, or here on TikTok, on Instagram, on you know various socials, and you see them like you know they first reject one thing, then they reject another thing, then they realize oh my god this halal is so bad, then they reject that, then they reject how the treatment of women. Then it's a step-by-step process. So this is what I was saying. I don't think. I mean, fair enough. If you can do it, fine. You know that's you know if that's what you believe, no problem. I'm not disputing that. But to say to point flaws in the whole thing in one go and get someone to be like, okay, look, the whole thing
in one go, you can
leave
only.
that and
But
come to
I
this
see
instead.
many ex-Muslim going back to same folds after a few years.
Yeah.
That's because I get what you mean. I've seen that as well, but that's a lot of because they get what's the word? They get ostracized, they get alienated from their family, and they're alone. That's why a lot of them do go back.
I had a
Not
best
because
friend
they
on
truly
TikTok.
believe the philosophy.
Well, Clinch, I had a best friend on TikTok. Yeah, he used to sit on lives with me. Yeah, sometimes I used to go on his lives. His name is Ghost. Yeah, on TikTok he was known as Ghost.
Okay,
he was a Pakistani ex-Muslim.
Okay,
and this guy had so much knowledge about Muhammad and Islam. He used to just destroy Muslims in every single argument. And then he went back, and you know what his excuse is? He's very uncomfortable that he's gonna end up in hellfire.
Okay.
And he used to condemn that. He used to condemn the concept of akhira. But now out of blue, he just went back.
Okay.
No compulsion, nothing. He just went back because he was just too scared. ਭਾਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਨਾ, it's that to blame.
Yeah, it's without the theological replacement, better replacement, they will always find a way back. Or they will go to Christianity or something which is just a cousin religion, nothing much different. Or even sometimes they go to Hinduism, even worse, or something else.
Yeah.
Most of these ex-Muslim, yeah, I'll tell you this from my past 5-6 years, I've been doing this on Islam. Ex-Muslims, they have to go to a different faith. This is very common. It's very, very, very rare if they would come out of the fold of Islam and they would basically, be very, very logical about joining other religion or something like that, yeah? Most of them, they go to Christianity and some become really, really hardcore lefties. Very, very liberal. Why? Because they felt those shackles of around them, and very now true. They want to become. They think, okay, liberalism is the way forward now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they become LGBT sympathizer, believe in 100 genders and all that stuff. So it all depends on the human brain. So everything narrows down to the Maya thing with what you said.
Because they need something else to replace something that they've lost.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like there's that guy. What was you're right actually? Yeah, you just said that. I follow him on YouTube many years. I think his name was Al Ridwan or something. He was an Iranian or something, and he left Islam, criticized it for many years. He was an atheist. He don't believe in God. Then he recently became Christian. He had the interview with Charlie Kirk as well before he passed. I don't know if you know this guy. He's got a lot of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube. But yeah, he did exactly what you said. Became atheist, then he became Christian.
Yeah, like you know what? I'll give you another example. I know a person.
Apostate prophet. That's right.
I know a person from Muslim background and who was too much in all the Christian Orthodox conspiracies, Earth is flat, this and this, Illuminati and whatnot, everything. Then that person come to Sikhi like interested, but now that person the person practiced Sikhi for many years, more than decade, and now the person, because all those other theories of the online, that person is going back towards Christianity because Sikhi don't endorse all these theories sport, but Christianity do because his main premises was all those things theories in that person's mind. So like yeah, so you need to people need to come out of all these shackles of this.
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਬੜਾ ਈਜ਼ੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਲੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਈਵਲ ਸਾਈਡ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸੇਮ ਆ ਤੇ ਚਲੋ ਜੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਚੀਅਨ ਬਣ ਜਾਓ.
Like on YouTube, there are some ex-Muslims who were very logical, but now they are Christian, and in Christianity, those same problems are there, but they never talk in Christianity about those same problems, same which they used to talk very openly in Islam.
You have to grill them. We had one last night on Paji's live. So you have to grill them to find out the true Christianity. Otherwise, they will never tell you. They'll keep lying to you, same as what Muslims do. ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਿੰਗ ਥੋੜੀ ਪੋਸਟ ਕਰਿਓ ਨਾ YouTube
ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਰ ਦੇਣੀ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰਦੀ, ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਰ ਦੂੰਗਾ.
ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ YouTube ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ?
ਨਹੀਂ, ਅਸੀਂ
someone else's video.
Our lives, we just put the recordings on YouTube as an archive, and if somebody want to listen later.
Oh no! So I'm gonna be on YouTube. I best stop talking then. I best get a voice changer.
If you don't want, I won't put this one.
I'd rather you not.
ਭਾਈ ਰਾਤ ਵਾਲੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪਾਣੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ.
Oh, ਮੈਂ ਪਾ ਦੂੰਗਾ. You know, this soul concept that souls never die, because Hindus also believe this in Gita and everything. ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ, ਉਰਦੂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਰੀ ਡਿਬੰਕ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਔਰ Sikhs also believing in this, but you can't find this thing in Guru Granth Sahib anywhere. It's a very illogical argument, concept. It's basically concept of Maya. It's ego feeding concept that I'm never gonna die. So it's only the desire of ego, and so Sikhi is too pure for regular person to understand on surface level. You need to go very deep to understand the difference. ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸ਼ਕਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੁੱਕ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੀਸਰ ਪੰਥ ਹਾਂ. ਸਾਡੀ ਹੋਲ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਆ.
ਭਾਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਾਵਣ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣਾ, ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਮੇਰਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਘੁੰਮ ਗਿਆ। ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਾਵਣ ਸੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ?
ਕਈ ਰਾਵਣ ਆਈਡੀਆਂ ਵਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ। ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਟਵਿੱਟਰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਤੇ ਰੈਫਰੈਂਡ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੀਗਾ, ਪਰ ਹੈ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ।
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੂਜਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰਮਾਇਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਰਾਵਣ ਸੀ
ਉਹ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਹਮਾ ਦਾ ਪੋਤਾ ਪੜਪੋਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਿਵ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਭਗਤ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਵੇਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੰਠ ਸੀਗੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ, ਤੇ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਵੀ ਸੀਗਾ।
ਤੇ ਆਪਣਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਜਨਾਨੀ ਚੱਕ ਲਈ ਉਹਨੇ।
ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ, ਦੇਖੋ ਉਹ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਨਾਨੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਛਤਰੀ ਦੀ ਚੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਛਤਰੀ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਦੇ। ਓਕੇ ਓਕੇ। ਸੋ ਯਾਰ ਬਾਕੀ ਯਾਰ ਰਾਵਣ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਆ ਨਾ, ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਆ, ਉਹ ਕ੍ਰਿਟੀਸਾਈਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਉਹਦੀ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਉਹ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ। ਉਹ ਵਾਈ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਰਾਮ so much? Because Ram was so gullible, he just do anything Brahman tell him to do. So Brahmins promote Ram too much, so because they show through stories that he was too obedient to Brahmins, and all these soldiers, Kshatris, you guys should be obedient to us. So they promote Ram to encourage all the other rulers and warriors and people to oblige with the Brahman. Because if one Brahman told Ram that there is a Shudra guy discussing the philosophies somewhere, and he said he shouldn't be, you should kill him, Ram didn't even argue or ask any question, he go and beheaded that person. If a person, somebody says that we think your wife have a problem, he just shake her and bark, throw her out of home. So yeah, so he is too obedient. Same thing in a Gita, like so yeah.
So see, they believe that Ram was the avatar of Vishnu. So why did he have to come and come in the shape of Ram? What was the purpose of his life?
I don't see any. We don't see of any avatar. Like in conclusion, in our Punjab Sikh families, when you are a kid, we heard this thing. ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਾ ਜਰ ਜੋਰੂ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਦੀ ਲੜੇ ਆ. They all fight for woman, land or power. Jar mean power. Joru mean woman.
But isn't that human instinct?
Yeah. So they were very low level, right? Human with Tragund Rogi.
वही WWW वाली गल आ गई, women wealth ते war.
Wealth, woman, war. Yeah, 3 W's. There you go.
ये तो फिर कोई डिवाइन चीज तो होगी ना। चलो जीत किथे मर गया।
जीत बहुता मजा उदन आऊगा तू झटके जी का खुला लिख। मुसलमान दे डोंट ईट खुला।
So, Baji, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ just the last point that about that halal jatka topic. You were saying that jatka came afterwards. It wasn't a thing of the time of the gurus.
No.
It came
in
after
Sikhi old text, it was always what kind of meat we should avoid. It never told how do we process meat, what kind of meat we should eat.
So you're saying which kind of meat to avoid, but not the one to eat.
Yeah.
Like that's open.
Yeah, that's open.
That's open. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's allowed. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Got you.
ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਰੈਕਟ ਵਰਡਿੰਗ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੀਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ ਕਿ the animal can only be slaughtered in 2 ways, ਝਟਕਾ or halal, right? So but in reality you can slaughter an animal in many ways. ਉਹ ਅਸਾਮ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਓ, ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੇ ਫਟਕਾ, ਉਹ ਤਾਰ ਬਣਦੇ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਪਤਲੀ ਜੀ ਤਾਂਬੇ ਦੀ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੁਰਗੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਛੰਡ ਕੇ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਗਰਦਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਢੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਫਟਕਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ।
But doesn't chatka by definition, like kisi nu sort of chatka dena, you know what I mean?
I understand. I understand, but
so isn't
I understand that part.
chatka as long as the animal is unalived
I know.
then
Oh, that is
instantly,
fine, but
right?
we have a better word for that. Why we use chatka, है ना? क्योंकि chatka have a association. This is a tradition of a Hindu Kshatriya who used to make goddess happy by sacrifice mostly goat or a buffalo or a chicken to her, and so it's a tradition. So we don't want to associate with that either, है ना? ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਚ ਕਰ ਦੋ 1 stroke 2 stroke is up to you, but this term, this is already kind of, you can say, trademark term for them,
ਹਾਂ ਇਹ
for
ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਵੀ
Bali.
ਤਾਂ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਗੱਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ it like say at the time when these things were written, right?
Yeah.
You would have used terms that were synonymous with the region of the time.
It's
So
later.
you,
That's the thing, because in old time.
isn't it? So you wouldn't
No,
use a
let me
word
tell
that's
you,
from
most
some other part of the world.
humanity is very simpleton. They only see right and left, so they always see two options. So in old times in India, people only think either you are a Muslim or you are a Hindu. Like these days, people say either you are a right wing or a left wing. So, so Guru Sahib says, "Na I'm Hindu, na Musliman. If I am not criticizing Hindu gods, doesn't mean I am a Muslim. If I am criticizing Islamic, doesn't mean I am a Hindu. I am none of both." So same thing in this thing come. This is come from same pressure. If we are not doing halal, then we are doing Hindu practice of chatka. No, it is not. So we need to come out of this binary polarization. Sikhi is option without polarization, and it avoid, dismiss all, cancel all things which create polarization. These both terms, the ritual with them creating a polarization.
Now, Paji, though, I do agree with what you said there. Yeah, it's I mean just because we're doing Chatka, we're not doing the Hindu offering. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just for me it's just a term.
Yeah,
That just
but in
means
Dal Panth, because they do worship Devi, they do Chandi da Path, and basically, let me tell you, because Nanded was totally under this Udasi control. Originally, just 100 years ago, they have a idol of Devi there, and they used to do sacrifice goat in front of Devi. And then when in reform happened in Punjab, so here the Udasis also put idols of god and goddesses in Darbar Sahib Parkarma and everything when Sikhs kicked them out. So in South, Sikhs don't have that much control, but then Sikhs bring a argument there, some Sikhs, that in Punjab this thing happened and you guys still have this idol here. That time what they did, they created a new weapon called Ashtapuja. Basically, Ashtapuja mean 8 arm of goddess. So it's a basically idol of a goddess in the metal form. They said, okay, we don't have a just as Murti idol, but now we have a Shastar. So it's okay. Now they put the Ashtapuja standing there as a goddess and do basically sacrifice and put that blood. So in, let me tell you, what's a Hindu Kshatriya belief is that goddess love blood, and the weapon sword is the tongue of a goddess, and when we touch the blood to the sword, so basically goddess drink it through the sword and she give us a boon.
So they kept the concept alive.
Yeah. So they just replace the mud idol with the steel idol as the Ashtapuja. And this Ashtapuja they created that time. You can't find any Ashtapuja more than 100, 120 years old anywhere. And Ashtapuja basically a name of a goddess, one of her avatar. You can find a Ashtapuja temple in India, Asian temples. And now they bring this next level. Now they are preaching in these sects that meat is forbidden for Sikhs, but because we are Kshatri and we supposed to fight, so even it's a tamogun, it's a bad thing, but we need tamogun for fight. So we are eating in the compulsion for our job. but otherwise it's a bad thing. Regular Sikh shouldn't eat. We have to do wrong thing for our job or whatever we supposed to do, like war. I never see Nihangs did any war in last 100 or more years. They only fight for their kabja or stuff, but otherwise nothing for panth.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get going now. I need to have my dinner. I got some chatka meat waiting for me. All right, guys. See you soon. Yeah, next live.
Yeah.
See you, Tommy. British Sikh.
See you later, Clinch Master.
See you, bro.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye.
चलिए फिर जीत हो रही तो सो गए आप भी चलिए ਰਾਤੀ ਲਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ ਭਾਜੀ ਲਾਈਵ ਦੁਆਰਾ
ਦੇਖ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਲਾ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਲਿਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਥੱਲੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਂ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਲਾ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਟਾਈਮ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਵੈਸੇ ਉਹ ਦਿਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਡੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਹ ਰੈਗੂਲਰ ਬੰਦੇ ਹੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਬੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ
ਮੈਂ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਚੱਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਸੌਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸ਼ੈਤਾਨ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕਰਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਚਲੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਥੋੜੀ ਦੇਰ ਉਹ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ 8 ਵਜੇ ਦੇ ਕਾਲ ਲਾਈਵ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਸੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਸਵੇਰੇ 8 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ
ਯਾਨੀ ਉਹ ਪਾ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਪਾ ਦੇਣੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਲਾਇਆ ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨਾ ਟਿਕਟੌਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਦਾ 1-ਅੱਧਾ ਘੰਟਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਫਿਰ
ਹਾਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੀ ਕਲਿੱਪਿੰਗ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ
ਕਲਿੱਪਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਣਨੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਰਨੀ ਐ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੜੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਨਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀਡੀਓ YouTube ਤੋਂ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਲਿੱਪ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਭੇਜ ਦਿਓ ਜਾਂ ਆਪ ਅਪਲੋਡ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਐਜ਼ ਇਟ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਦੇਣੀ ਅਪਲੋਡ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੀ
ਸਾਰੀ ਲਿੰਕ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਨਾ ਦਾ ਅਪਲੋਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਕਲਿੱਪਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਲੂੰਗਾ
ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਭਾਜੀ ਫਿਰ ਚੱਲੀਏ ਮਿਲਨੇ ਆ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ